Today on TNT Big Show, it's Review Rewind time with Super Mario RPG, all today on TNT Big Show. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Michelle Tackett.
And this is Shawn.
Welcome to TNT Big Show, and thank you everybody for the new likes, subscribers, all that stuff. Thank you so much. To help the video, please watch it, like it, comment, and share. Now that pleasantry's out of the way, one of my favorite RPGs when I was a kid was Super Mario RPG. And, as I grew up, I wanted a sequel, but it didn't happen. Thankfully, Nintendo bought back Super Mario RPG as a remake, and we're here to rate it and tell you if it's good enough for your time or not. Verdict? Yes, folks, that's how we do Review Rewind. Unlike other places where you have to wait until the end, we just give you the score, and hopefully you're curious enough as to why we gave it the score that you'll listen to the whole video and why we thought that way. So here we go. This is from our blog, and I wrote the review. Shawn did. Verdict. With a great art style and personality to spare, Super Mario RPG holds up thanks to some new quality of life improvements that make navigating the menus easier and combat faster paced. The game is made all the better by smart changes. No changes just for the sake of changing. Sure, it could have been longer and some characters were sorely underused, but those are minor flaws in an almost perfect package. If you want a fun RPG with fun characters, fast-paced combat, and a good story, Super Mario RPG fits the bill. Score a golden sparkly unicorn.
Same for me, but now let's rewind and see how we got there.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start off reading the whole review that I wrote, and then we're just going to give our thoughts in general. History. For years, Nintendo fans have wanted to have Geno in a Super Smash Bros. Game. Younger Nintendo fans were clueless about the importance of Geno and his role in a classic RPG for the NES called Super Mario RPG.
And unfortunately, during the Smash Bros. Game, got Geno, but only as a Mii costume.
Yeah, that kind of sucked. It was Mario's first foray into RPGs and was a great introduction title for a Mario RPG. Mario RPG sold moderately well, and Mario moved on to other RPG games like the Paper Mario games and the Mario & Luigi games. However, fans clamored for a return to old-school RPG Mario, so when Nintendo announced they were doing a remake of Super Mario RPG, it sent fans into a frenzy. Some questions remain. Does this remake do the original justice? Does it hold up? Is it worth $60? Those are questions we hope to answer in this review. So what's the story? On a bright sunny day, Princess Peach is smelling flowers and soaking up the beautiful weather when Bowser comes and kidnaps her. What a shock.
Yeah.
It's up to Mario to save the day again. Mario wins again and frees Peach, but a new enemy named Smithy appears and kicks Bowser out of his own castle. Peach, Mario, and Bowser are split up, and Mario has to make his way back to the castle to get rid of Smithy. Mario sets out on his adventure and runs into a mysterious frog named Mallow. Then Mario meets Geno, a doll who comes to life. Peach and Bowser join the party later in the game to help Mario, Geno, and Mallow reach their destination. Together, Mario and company set out to gather the 7 stars to repair the bridge that leads back to Bowser's castle.
And real quick, there is a secret about Mallow.
Yeah.
There's a very interesting secret about Mallow.
Yep. So Mario and company can get Bowser his castle back and get rid of Smithy. There are some nice plot twists and character growth in the game, and it keeps the story interesting. Sometimes stories overdo it on shocks and twists, and it's a good thing that Mario RPG doesn't overdo the shocks. They're enough to keep the viewer interested, but they don't overdo the shocks.
Exactly.
They have enough to keep the viewer interested, but they don't overdo it to make the shocks predictable. There we go.
Exactly.
It's not Xenoblade in terms of story, but it's engaging enough and fun to keep you wanting to finish and see where it goes. Characters. Classics like Mario, Toad, Bowser, Peach, and Yoshi need no introduction. This is where Bowser got the reputation of being a frenemy instead of being a straight-up bad guy. New additions steal the show, like Mallow and Geno. Smithy makes a great antagonist, and he doesn't have a lot revealed about him, and that's good. It's good to give fans a change-up in villains sometimes, keeping the boss fights fresh and giving fans a new villain they can tangle with.
And I do have to say, Smithy, the boss, and a lot of the other bosses are a cut above the rest.
Shut up, Shawn. Mallow's story was the story that gripped me the most out of the new characters. I won't give away anything.
No, it's really cool.
Yeah. but it's a good shot to find out who he is.
Yep.
His quirk is he's very sensitive and will cry over the tiniest problems. It's so heartbreaking.
Poor guy.
It's adorable and sad. He makes a great ally to use with his strong use of magic and speed. Geno is strong, and his backstory is simple but effective. He's the powerhouse of the game. His attacks can inflict a lot of damage, and he has high energy meter for battles. He's the tank and Bowser in the game. The minor characters bring so much charm to the game. They're memorable, funny, quirky, and weird. Each town has a certain style of villager, giving the town personality. Some games can forget this, making their towns seem the same. But Square and Nintendo did a fantastic job of making each town you visit one you won't soon forget.
And we're not going to tell you. See if you can find them on your own. But there's a couple of guest stars who make an appearance in the game.
You may have heard of them.
Just don't wake them up.
Yeah. Art style. Super Mario RPG is one of the best looking games on the Switch. The colors pop and the art style is a mix of Mario with old school Square Enix. Some scenes look like they're out of a painting and some look dark and grungy. It always fits the mood and the situation. Some areas have a light and goofy feel. Those are my favorite areas. I feel like I'm meeting old friends. This is why I love Nintendo games so much. Their worlds don't look anything like our world, and they're so friendly. You want to live there. It's a Nintendo hallmark, and I hope that never changes. Combat and gameplay. As usual, it's the gameplay that makes Mario RPG. There are some quality of life improvements like blocking items, armor, and spells together. This makes navigating through the menus a breeze. Not everything is spread out, and instead they make it like unique groups, so that makes it easier to find items.
And you get a special trio superpower.
Yes.
And when you finish the game, you get to fight the bosses over again in a tougher mode.
Yeah.
So there is some new stuff here.
Oh yeah, items have real effects and don't seem tacked on for padding. Each weapon does different amounts of damage, and each piece of clothing will protect you more than others will. This is great attention to detail. The combat is unique and fun. If you time a hit right, you'll do a combo that will double your damage. If you time your button pressing right when the enemy attacks, you'll block it and won't take any damage, or take a minimum amount of damage. That's a nice change of pace from your typical RPG. It's unique even by today's standards. I wish more RPGs would use this. Soundtrack. The music is classic and fits the tone of the game. When you're in a quiet forest, the music is calm and slow moving. It's almost like you can barely hear it. When you're in a maze with a lot of enemies or a castle, the tempo picks up, telling you that danger is nearby. There are lots of memorable tunes. Mallow's fits him to a T, innocent, sweet, and fun. Bowser's is surprisingly funny. The goofy tone fits him in this game since he's more of a frenemy than an enemy.
Yeah.
You'll be humming some tunes days after you've beaten the game. I know I do. Flaws. I wish the game was longer.
Yeah.
It's over too soon. It'll take somewhere over 10 hours to beat the main quest and 15 hours to do everything. I don't think it needed to be Xenoblade in length, but 5 to 10 extra hours would have helped flesh out the game.
And I wish there would have been Donkey Kong and Toad and Luigi as playable characters too. I wish there'd have been more characters to choose from.
Yeah, I'm getting to that, which with Luigi and some certain other characters, some of the characters could have used more screen time. Mallow's parents are a riot when they get on screen, and Swamp loves to pound the floor. They're so interesting and fun, I don't think they got enough screen time. What a shame. Okay, now our own thoughts. That was fun. I think Super Mario RPG is a bigger hit now. It's going to sell at least 4.5 to 5 million copies, which is great. I hope there's a sequel, because this little world with these cute little characters, which is so engaging, enthralled me. I just was sad when it was over. Now, some of you all may like a shorter RPG, which, like I said, I'm not saying that every RPG has to be Xenoblade in length, For you guys wondering, Xenoblade Chronicles can take up to 150 hours to complete. That's not doing everything, but I would have, instead of 10 hours, I kind of would have wished it had been 20 hours, 15, 20 hours, but that's okay. It didn't make me take away from the game. It's still one of my favorite RPG games I've ever played. I love Super Mario RPG. What a fun game. Shawn, of course, loved Mallow. Mallow was his favorite new character in the game.
He was.
This was kind of the game that kind of kick-started Shawn getting into RPGs.
And Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Those were the two games that got me into RPGs.
Yeah.
First, I really didn't care for them.
Right.
Then I was just like, Mario, Pokemon, I'm there.
Yeah.
I started to understand them.
Yeah, like with RPGs, it was the strategy behind the turn-based combat. And RPGs always tend to have better stories and character development, because you really get to see a lot of Peach's sassiness in this game and Bowser's goofiness, and it really fit their characters. It was so fun to watch.
Awesome.
I really hope a lot of you pick the game up. I know you're like, $60. Trust me, I know it's a little short, but it's worth it.
It's well worth the 60.
It is.
It's well worth the 60.
Fun factor is what matters the most.
Yep.
And this game is hecka fun.
Yep.
Doing those combos, and there are challenges you have to do, like trying to do 100 bounces in a row without breaking the chain. That's incredibly hard, but also incredibly satisfying when you actually end up doing it.
Yep.
So I love this game.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I love the original on the SNES, and I love this version. I love the upgraded graphics. They look really nice, just sparkle with colors and clean textures, and it just was fun. The puzzles, some of them were simple, but some of them were very clever. But it never bogged you down. Everything was challenging, but not, well, things were challenging, but never to the point to where you wanted to quit and didn't keep going.
Exactly.
And I love, like I said, clumping all the weapons, the armor, magic spells and stuff. That was a smart move. So that way people wouldn't be like, oh wait a minute, is that the honey? Wait a minute, no, it's not the mushroom, what does that do, Golden sparkly unicorn for me.
And that's the same for me. A golden sparkly unicorn for me.
Oh yeah, RPGs are awesome. Check it out. I think you'll really like it, because I sure did. I love my big RPGs like Xenoblade and them, but I can also appreciate a smaller RPG if it's focused and fun and does what it sets out to do, and that's exactly what Mario RPG does. The characters in here are some of the best the Mario series has ever had. Ever. And few cameos in this game will just blow your mind.
But you have to look really hard to find them.
Yep. I love the little details, like when Mario takes a long hot bath, he comes out all red and everything. I think that's hilarious. Little details like that really help add a lot of flavor and personality. Well, that's it. Like I said, we both love the game very much. It just keeps Nintendo going with lots of great games. Mario RPG is one of my favorite games of 2023, and one of my favorite RPGs. Even to this day, it's in my top 5 RPGs of all time. This is me, Michelle Lantakin.
And this is Shawn.
Have a great day, folks. Thank you for staying to the end of the video and watching it. If you like all of our videos, don't you join our other social medias like TikTok, Discord, Reddit, Instagram, Thread, X, and our WordPress blog. You can also support us by joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month, where you will get exclusive content, uncut videos, behind the scenes, watch that trailer, Jack's joke of the week, and my sports input. If you join the $25 tier, I will send you an autographed copy of The Buzzies for free. If you love horror movies and independent content, we're a great place to come and visit, because we love supporting other independent creators and stuff. When you support us, you're supporting people who do all of this by ourselves. Me, Michelle, I'm the editor, I'm the director of the videos, I'm the producer, Shawn's the executive producer and content creator. So thank you, everybody, and please look into supporting our Patreon, as it really does help out. Just $1 a month. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.